Hey Abbas, what's this?
It's a podcast, Urjita. It's a podcast, okay? जहाँ दो स्ट्रगलिंग कॉमेडियन साथ में बैठते हैं, एक पिक्चर के बारे में बात करते हैं and they try to go viral.
Struggling कौन है यहाँ पे?
I think Abbas was talking about me and him.
Oh.
Yeah.
फिर अपना बात कर लो कोई बात.
Yes.
I love it when our guest automatically introduces themselves without us introducing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
it.
I should have not said anything. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Welcome to Has It Aged Well. My name is Abbas. With me in the studio is my co-host Urjita. Woohoo! And usually I'm not that rude to Urjita. I was just playing a character within a character from the film of Ranchod something. Rajput of Ranchod.
Yeah, Ranchod Das is another movie.
Ranchod नहीं था.
This is Jai Singh Rathod, no?
Jai Singh
Ranchod.
Rathod.
Ranchod का Rathod.
Ranchod, yeah.
Ranchod ka Rathod. Good to know that at least one of us has seen the movie properly.
Joe from the Epic Jotis.
Okay, cool. So today we're discussing Jaane Tu Ye Jaane Na from 2008, which was Imran Khan's debut movie. I was a little surprised to find that out. And also starred Genelia D'Souza, was produced by Aamir Khan. And because there are so many Khans involved, today to discuss it with us in the studio is a man called Mohammad Hussain. Please give it up. Hussain, welcome to the show.
I have in reels played Khan Chacha.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, I guess you can
Khan
call
Chacha,
that.
Khan
Chacha,
Khatna.
Khan Khatna.
Khan
yeah.
Khatna.
Khan Khatna, by the way, I have to, on record, I want to say, that was my line. I'm very proud of it.
Oh. Khatna, for those of you who don't know, means circumcision.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't know this? You're just throwing that word around like
Yeah,
this?
oh fuck. I'm just reconsidering all the conversations. And, oh shit.
Damn, Urjita ka cut gaya.
Yeah.
Hussain, for those of you who don't know, I shouldn't say don't know because you must have seen him. Insta influencer, if I may use the word. Writer, influencer, social media personality, stand-up comedian. Anything else you want to add to that, Hussain?
Dude, I would have deducted a few things. मैं इतना कुछ नहीं हूँ भाई.
कुर्ला स्टेशन पे बटवा भी मारता है.
कुर्ला स्टेशन पे बटवा भी मारता है.
So give us like this was my introduction of you. Give us an introduction of yourself.
I am a stand-up comedian who also writes for a living because मेरे shows नहीं बिकते. And I was born and brought up in Mangalore, Karnataka, so I'm sort of South Indian, my upbringing. But I'm originally, my family is originally from Gujarat.
Okay.
I'm a Kutchi.
इसको सब चाहिए ना.
I know.
इसको
तो
Muslim,
went in the
Gujarat,
background.
South Indian, everything he wants. Are you also Punjabi?
Fine, you're
Hussain?
pan-Indian, bro.
Are you
We
also
get it.
Punjabi? Huh?
The
Just because
reason-
you're fair, you're Punjabi also, Hussain.
I have
say
been
that
called
also.
that. People have said, "Hey, tu Punjabi."
Ah.
Yeah, the reason I say that Mangalore and South India and North India because I'm like, whichever team is being insulted, I want to be part of that. Yeah, तुम लोग ऐसा क्यों बोला? So I just want to always be that. And the reason I'm very specifically saying Gujarati is because one of my favorite characters in this
from
movie,
the movie. is a
is a
Gujarati.
Gujarati stereotype.
Cool. So we'll get down to all of that and more on the other side of this break. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
Hey everyone, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. We have a special announcement. Introducing Club Paisa Vaisa, where you get episodes of Paisa Vaisa 3 days before release, bonus and ad-free content, and access to the full show archive. So get your yearly membership today for only Rs 699. Log on to club.ivmpodcast.com/paisavaisa. On Cock and Bull, Cyrus talks to Ayushi and Abbas about Arijit Singh's concert being cancelled and the Andrew Tate Greta Thunberg controversy. On Pulyabazi, Khyati, Saurabh and Pranay discuss whether India should have a one nation, one charger policy. On Anish Singh, Anish welcomes Vedant Lamba, founder of the sneakers store Main Street. Listen in to learn about the Air Jordan 1 and the growth of sneakers in India. On page 10, Abbas, Jalasmi and Nikhil discuss the Supreme Court's verdict on demonetization, while millennials are starting expensive weddings and more. Find new episodes on the all-new All About Now channel. And on Think Fast, Varun and Suchita pick the hot topics of the week such as Mama Earth's IPO, sports streaming in India and Shark Tank Season 2. Once again, do not forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcast.com. We have some super cool and exciting stuff over there for you and your loved ones. Follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. If you like our shows, then do spread the word. You know, it really helps us a lot. And of course, do not forget to rate and review our shows wherever you are listening to them. You can also find all our video shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week, Capgemini and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you so much for making this possible.
And welcome back to Hashtag Age Well. I'm in the studio with Urjita and Hussain talking about Jaane Tu Ya Janena from 2008. Urjita, you wanted to say something before?
I was going to pick it up from where Hussain left off. That there is a Guju stereotype, and there are many stereotypes. But in every movie there are some or the other ऐसे stereotypes. There's a Marwadi stereotype, Guju, and Marathi stereotype पे साला पुलिस में नहीं होते हमेशा.
Which is also in this movie.
Yeah, I was thinking कि मेरा stereotype क्या है, like अरे यार वाग मारे. I'm Paresh Rawal, sorry.
But he has one of the most like the iconic dialogues, the violent streak, which is like
violent streak.
Violent.
Yeah.
This is something that was a catchphrase in my house after this movie came
Oh,
out
really?
for like years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the fact that he said that in a Marathi accent also,
Yeah.
because otherwise it is a violent streak, but in Marathi violent
Violent.
violent porga.
I love that one bit where Paresh Rawal turns back and says, "Hey, bus!" and everybody just stays quiet. So, 2008, Urjita, where were you and what were you doing?
I was 10 years old,
Okay.
and I had.
Oh, you're not 10 right now. She looks like she's like 11 or something. Okay.
Welcome to the roast of Urjita Wani. Brought to you by I'm your podcast.
just because मैंने frock पहनी है.
तू हमेशा ऐसे ही कपड़े पहनती है पहली बात तो.
That's true. But नहीं, I'm not 10 right now. तो
Don't need to. Why are you honestly debunking that?
I'll tell you what happens is कि अब्बास ना पहले हर एक एपिसोड में he used to start with उर्जिता तू तो पैदा भी नहीं हुई होगी ना, तू इतनी छोटी है, young है, and then people got so fed up, people started hating on me in the comments. They're like कि यार इतनी भी young नहीं है, अपने आप को क्या समझती है? Like मैंने तो कुछ नहीं बोला.
Which is why I stopped doing it. So now I politely asked, where were you in 2008?
So but I was 10 and but I had watched that movie.
In the theater?
नहीं, theater में नहीं, TV पे देखा था जब आया था. But as a child only I had watched that movie, and even then I remember liking Imran Khan, despite him not being the conventional hero. तभी तो word भी नहीं पता था मुझे, but I was.
But this movie very much plays with that idea of being a conventional.
Exactly, and ये थोड़ा मतलब it rubs it in your face कि देखो हम वो नहीं है. With all the Ratna Pathak Shah subtle quips also कि you know आजकल के कि you know आजकल के मारधार मसाले वाले movies, we need intelligent filmmakers, and it just feels like Abbas Tyre just tapping himself on the back कि like खुद ही की
Great that you
तारीफ
mentioned Abbas Tyre because this movie also ranks very high on Abbas representation.
Yes.
Abbas Tyre writes directs, writes and does the lyrics also of this film.
Yeah.
So his
All
charm
of
is
them are amazing.
all of them are
Yeah.
amazing, and this Abbas as the viewer also then appreciates it more.
Yeah.
But
is it the name Abbas that makes you bald? What is it? Like,
Wow.
sorry, I'm
I'm
sorry.
trying to think which other Abbas is in the film industry right now.
Abbas Mastan, they're also tall.
No, they are not bald.
Damn it.
But there is a rumor that they wear wigs though, because their hair has been exactly the same since the 90s.
Oh yeah, now that I think of it. Yeah.
Bro, I can picture only one image from the 90s. वो सफेद कुर्ते में बाजू में खड़े.
हाँ.
They look like they just are like that all the
वो
time.
किसी PR event में है
एक
ऐसे.
ऐसा.
हाँ, we all have the same image.
So
Yeah.
Hussain, where were you?
Since she was talking about not watching in a theater, watching in the TV.
Yeah.
Jaane Tu Ya Janena was the first movie I watched in a theater
Really?
with my friends.
Okay.
अच्छा, okay.
Like
How old were you?
I was 13. 13. Yeah, 13.
Okay.
So at that age, it was like, Papa, मैं movie देखने जाऊँ क्या? And Dad said yes for the first time. So like two of my friends.
13 साल की उम्र में हाँ बोल दिया. क्या बात है?
Did your dad do that thing where they do little subtle research to see if it's not a dirty movie that you're going to watch?
No, my parents never cared.
Okay.
Like, I remember when I was 13, 14, the kind of games I was playing and the movies I was watching, I was like, yeah, when I'm older, I should not let someone my age do this. I was very, like, even at that age, I was like, this is wrong.
And by someone you mean your nieces?
Yeah, my nieces. 100% they're never watching any of this shit. वो
Wow.
20 साल की उम्र तक यही
Hypocrite much?
डोरेमोन
much.
देखेगी.
डोरेमोन ब्रो डोरेमोन तो भी नहीं देखते यार, YouTube पे देखते हैं वो क्या बेबी
छोटा
शार्क
भीम, हाँ.
whatever.
बेबी शार्क अभी भी देख रहे हैं.
I don't know, there's-
Cocomelon.
No, what is, I've forgotten the name of that channel. It's like
Little Pony.
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig is huge. They have this one Choo Choo TV. Choo Choo TV, bro.
And
Choo
that
Choo
doesn't
TV.
sound dirty.
No, I don't know, because you probably haven't heard of this channel because you've not hung out with like kids.
Yeah.
But like Choo Choo TV is the shit. It has like some 40 billion views, some crazy shit.
Oh wow.
Because
Can we upload our stand-up videos on Choo Choo TV?
bro, and you know what the crazy thing is? The reason they have all these views is kids watch, no?
Yeah.
मम्मी पापा एक बार चालू कर देते फिर वही channel का चलता रहता
Yeah.
and kids can watch the same thing 17 times.
Coming back to the other Chu, we're talking about Jane Tu ya Jane Na.
Jaane Tu, this movie. Okay.
So I have a question. You were 10 when you saw it. You were
Yeah.
13. Did you guys have this, when you saw this, you were like, oh my God, is college life like this? I want to
Yes.
be like this.
100%.
Yes,
Yeah?
I'm a graduate now, but I still feel college life is like that. But मेरे को मिला
मेरी
नहीं
college life ऐसे
experience.
नहीं थी.
मैं उसी कॉलेज में थी, मैं Xavier's में ही थी.
हाँ.
And मैं ढूंढ रही मेरा कहाँ है यार इमरान खान.
Nobody sang
कोई
Aditi
मेरे
for
लिए-
you?
Yeah, that was my biggest contention from that movie कि यार कहाँ मिलते यार ऐसे दोस्त जो पूरा मतलब तुम्हारे लिए
Yeah.
लोगों को नचवाएंगे क्योंकि मैं सैड हूँ इसलिए फिर मेरी बिल्ली का मैयत रखवाएंगे फिर मेरे लिए नई बिल्ली खरीदेंगे कहाँ है वेयर आर दीस फ्रेंड्स
This idea that movies always do. Like even now you get these movies that are made for tier 2, tier 3
Yeah,
cities
yeah.
where they try to show कि मुंबई दिल्ली में तो सेक्स मचा रहे सब लोग
हाँ, हाँ,
वैसा
हाँ.
वाला. I mean ये movie में
मचता
ऐसा नहीं
है.
है.
Yeah, it's
तुझे
not
नहीं
like they're
पता क्या?
fucking each other, but
But yeah,
there is that
There is
dating
that,
thing
dating
happening,
कर
yeah.
रहे हैं, इधर जा रहे हैं, parties कर रहे हैं. Which for like I was brought up in Mangalore.
So where were you when you saw this movie?
I was in Mangalore.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a tier 2 city, but I mean it is a tier 2. It's a small city, but
Yeah.
because of the education hub and all that, some of these things were relatable in the sense that when I went to college, I had
So like Kalyan.
नहीं यार इतना भी दूर नहीं था. No, in our city we had, because of all these colleges and all, when I grew up we had female friends and all
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
which I
yeah.
think was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Because when I was 13 I didn't have any females. I was in a boys' school.
Oh okay.
No number of girl also on phone, like you know, shit like that.
Oh okay.
Facebook पे message करते hello दीदी.
So I was.
Now do you have any girlfriend?
I
Are you in contact with any girls right now?
girls, my wife.
Hussein, questions to your stance. Do you have any girlfriends?
Huh? I've had girlfriends.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I got married and became a good boy.
Boring.
But
Anyway.
didn't you?
दारू भी नहीं
Sorry,
पीता,
but
कुछ भी
didn't you and your wife meet when you were 16?
No, I was 19, she was 17. But we knew each other when we were kids.
तो girlfriend कभी बनी फिर?
I had a
बीच
very
में?
short but prolific dating career. And you
Before
can
18 and 19 के
between
बीच
18 and 19, yes. And you can learn all about it when I do stand up in any of your cities.
Nice, subtle, not very subtle plot. Nice, cool.
Yeah.
I was 20 when this movie came out, and I was in Bangalore. And I was, unlike you noobs and nerds who were kids, I was actually dating someone. And I remember that, no, let me complete my story.
Abbas and his girlfriend sitting on
in
a tree.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Fucking tree will fall only if I sat on the tree. Okay. Also, I was not very far from you. I was in Bangalore. I'd gone there for my dental studies, and
Wait, you're a dentist?
I'm not. I dropped out
You
of
dropped
it,
out.
which again proves the point that the newer comedians have not seen any of my set, which I have mentioned before also. But I was dating someone. I remember that somewhere between this movie releasing and it going out of theaters, I had a breakup also, because that song Jaane Da Da Da.
You used to vibe
that-
with it.
I used to vibe with it and then I started hating it because
Oh
it would
my.
remind me of my breakup. And
Bro, I'm
like,
in
"Fuck that
a
shit."
committed relationship, been married for quite some
Yeah.
time. I've been in this relationship for a very long time and married for like a few years. That song still gets me, bro.
I know. It's
It's an
something
amazing. Every
about
song in that movie is incredible.
We-
Not
we-
good, incredible.
Yeah, we'll come to the music. So we rarely talk about opening credits on films here, but I think the opening credits for this film are really well done. It's a mood setter.
It's a
Like
mood
there's
setter,
this
Yeah.
there's this
Watercolor use
watercolor
किए यार,
thing
हाँ.
and Rahman's jazz
Music
soundtrack
playing.
is going on.
बच्चे आइसक्रीम
credits.
खा रहे हैं,
Yeah.
बातचीत कर रहे हैं, एग्जाम पेपर डिस्कस कर
And
रहे हैं.
when we see the titles come up in English, Hindi, and Urdu.
Urdu,
And
yes.
Hussein, you telling me you
I was
have an
thinking about-
observation about that.
Yeah, this I've noticed in a lot of older movies, and especially really old movies.
Yeah.
Hindi and Urdu were predominantly used in title
Yeah,
things and all that.
Dude, I was watching
Which doesn't
Ram Aur
happen
Sham, Dilip Kumar's Ram Aur Sham recently, and there's a very pivotal moment, spoiler alert, where Dilip Kumar has to sign away the property papers, and they think it's Ram, but it's actually Sham who's signing the papers.
Oh.
So Pran gives him a sign karo is paper pe, and Sham writes Sham in English, then he writes Sham in Urdu. then he writes Sham in Hindi and he makes a smiley face.
Oh,
for the.
wow.
So I was like, even when characters had to write their name, they would
They
write
would write in
fluently.
Hindi. Was that because was that a movie thing or was that like उस जमाने में contract तीन
उस जमाने में contract ही होता
यार
था उस
उनको
time.
उनके
नहीं, I'm saying
एग्जाम
तीन-
पेपर लिखने में कितना टाइम लगता होगा ना.
भाई नाम लिख दे तीन अलग भाषा में.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact: Dharmendra doesn't know how to read Hindi. He only knows how to read Urdu.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
I don't
Because
think he can read anymore.
It was that's a separate topic. It was a de facto thing that you pre-partition you were taught Urdu. Urdu was the language of the classes. Like if you had to go to any office work or anything, Urdu was the language
Urdu
that
was the
was
language,
used.
yeah. My dad always spoke about this. Like when he was in school, he had to learn Hindi, English, Gujarati because he studied in Gujarat, Farsi and Urdu.
Yeah.
5 languages. 500 language थी फिर
Yeah.
सब social studies and all
ये
maths
स्कूल
वगैरह
कहाँ पे
था.
था?
राजकोट धोराजी. राजकोट के पास एक धोराजी करके गांव है वहाँ पे. That's where my dad is. That's where all my family is from originally. Yeah, I'm Kutchi. Yeah. So
When are you gonna
5
be
months.
fully cooked?
Usually people make the underwear joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about chaste Urdu, so that's why I went for the raw.
Yeah.
But you were saying you had a client story regarding the
Urdu thing.
Yeah,
So Urdu used to be a very prevalent thing in movies back in the day. Now it's not anymore. And because the language is sort of now stereotyped. Before it was just a language. So what happened was I was reading a script for a client, something I had written. And उसमें एक सीन था कि जो अपना जो भी कैरेक्टर उसमें वो लाउड स्पीकर उठाता है और कहता है हजरत 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 सब लोग इधर आ जाओ whatever he's calling people. And before the announcement he starts with हजरत which is Gangs of Wasseypur reference. ठीक है. The client immediately हजरत immediately we should not have any religious mentions.
Oh God.
And I was like it's a bhasha hai.
literally
First of
saying
all,
gentleman.
yeah, it's just first of all it's just a language. Secondly, it's a movie reference. I don't know. No, let's just please try to be safe. And I was really pissed at the time. Then I saw this Besharam Rang whole controversy and I was like, yeah, actually makes sense. Didi
Imagine दीपिका और शाहरुख खान को भी सेम लेवल फीडबैक मिल रहा है जो हमें मिल रहा है.
जो हमें मिलता है अपनी स्क्रिप्ट्स पे. Crazy.
So after the opening credits, we introduced to the friend group, right? And everybody has their nicknames. I'm sorry, I don't remember all of them. There's Rotlu, there's Bombs.
Yeah.
There's the Guju boy, who's
Jiggy.
Hussein's favorite,
Jiggy.
and
Jignesh.
there's the cool chick with colored hair and
उसका नाम याद नहीं बट उसका नाम
नाम नहीं
शालीन
याद है,
था.
but-
नाम
Yeah,
शालीन था
yeah.
मूवी में बट उसका नहीं वो मूवी.
what else was she? And I feel like I've seen her face somewhere.
अरे she is Raghu's wife. Rodi's
Oh,
wife.
really?
Yeah, so she
Oh,
has featured
damn.
in a bunch of Rodi's episodes also
Oh,
as
okay.
the behind the scenes
Right.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
Yeah,
was also in My Name is Khan. She was the reporter.
Yeah. She's been in a lot of things. And
Yeah,
she's
along
really
with
good.
Arjun Mathur.
Okay.
She
Arjun
was
Mathur I
along with him.
remember,
Yeah. So वो दोनों थे उसमें.
Okay.
And yeah, other than that I don't remember. But yeah.
And they are all trying to convince this new girl. They're going to pick someone up at the airport, and she's very irritated. She doesn't want to listen to their story.
Yeah.
And then basically the entire movie takes place in a flashback where they're narrating the story. What did you guys think of the friend group? I have opinions on them, but I would like to know what you people thought.
First of all, friend group, I'll give you opinion, okay? पहली बात तो ये आई थिंक दिस वाज द लास्ट मूवी ऑफ बॉलीवुड जिसमें दे शोड अ फ्रेंड ग्रुप जिसमें वो अदर देन द लीड्स बाकी सब दोस्तों को पता था हम बैकग्राउंड आर्टिस्ट से. They knew, they were very aware of it, and I hated how Aditi and Jay, they were treated their friends like shit. Like ये दोस्त तुम्हारे बिल्ली के मैयत पे आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, तुम रो रहे हो इसलिए तुम्हारे लिए नाच रहे ऐसे फूल वूल लगा के, तुम्हारे लिए पार्टीज प्लान कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, सरप्राइज बर्थडे पार्टी. और एक जब भी जिग्गी का बर्थडे पार्टी होता है जो कि बेचारे ने खुद ने ही प्लान किया रहता है,
मेरा सरप्राइज बर्थडे
पार्टी हाँ, उसके लिए वो दोनों आते ही नहीं है. एंड फक आना नहीं बाद में आते हैं, बट देन मना तो कर रहे हैं ना पहले. एंड किसके लिए जय को इंटरव्यू है, अदिति को उसके फियांसे जो कि अभी मिली है उससे एक हफ्ते पहले. हाँ उसके साथ उसके दोस्तों
Sushant Modi, who I have opinions on again.
Yeah.
We'll come to that.
So then
I was gonna go with like Sushant.
हाँ.
I'm not gonna say it on camera.
So
Please
then
don't.
I felt really sad कि यार they are treating their friends like
But
shit.
I think that was intentional. I think that was very smart movie making, because the whole idea in the movie is that these two guys are so madly in love with each other
Right.
that उनको आजू बाजू का कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है, which they call out in the movie also over and over again. There's one scene where
With Shaleen only.
with Aditi के साथ scene है, and she goes yeah, this Jay is with this other girl, Meghna. He acts like we don't exist, dude. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then she goes, yeah, he's always been this way.
Yeah.
It's just that someone was you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was very intentional. And I really like the friend. Because when you said that, I was like, oh, मैं तो ये बोलने वाला था कि दोस्त लोग बहुत मस्त है यार. Now should I change my opinion?
No, so I like that each of them has a personality, right? But while noting down, I wrote a thing that this wants to be friends. You know, the sitcom.
For sure.
Where but it's interesting the way you brought it up. You're saying that it's almost like they are aware that they are side characters and within the movie, and which is why the importance is on the two leads. But I don't know. I was with it till they had the whole thing where one of them liked Aditya and the other one liked Jay. And I was like, हाँ, friend groups में ये होता है. Like sometimes, you know, same person like the two people like the same girl.
Sure. Yeah.
So it happened.
That felt personal. I don't know.
My thing was like, I mean, I don't know. Which friend group is so close knit that they you know, they dedicate their own this thing with so much this thing के चलो हम तुमको हमारे उनकी love story सुनाते हैं. Or maybe they are, I don't know. Maybe
if the love story is that interesting, maybe it's something that you can like. I tell stories of other friends to other people.
Okay.
This might happen, but also like ये power dynamic, I have seen that exist in some ways in my college, but that exists only if the one calling the shots is the one genuinely paying for the shots. मतलब ये पावर डायनामिक मैंने सिर्फ वो ग्रुप्स में देखा है जिसमें one person is like
paying for the shots as
मतलब
paying as in like basically पैसे वाला.
इसमें भी एक scene है ना, वो लोग क्लब में जा रहे हैं and
but Jiggy is the one paying there,
which makes sense because he's Gujarati, so it's
he has money
and he has a road at Pier. He had a house at Pier Road, as he mentioned.
He's Gujarati. He probably has a lot of cash also, no?
Yeah.
Which he can't, which he has to spend.
Yeah, maybe. So,
sorry, how did we get here?
Oh, I'm very innocent,
So you were saying the person who has the money narrates the story.
Yeah, not narrates the story, but the person who
In a
has
friend
the
group,
money,
yeah.
वो उसका थोड़ा पार ज़्यादा रहता है group में.
Okay, that
तो
way.
But
I'll
no,
tell
I
you
don't think it's. I mean, that definitely happens. But in a friend group, there are sometimes some people who are alpha and they make the decisions and everybody else just goes along. A lot of people, like myself included, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, ठीक है, उर्जिता तुझे उधर जाना, चल उधर चलते हैं, ठीक है. There are some people like that in a friend group.
I think
could be that.
I think Hussein's friend group comes from Mangalore, and we had our friend groups in Bombay.
Yeah.
I think maybe that, or Kalyan, you know, that makes
No.
Kalyan
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 I have
में
a
दोस्त
lot
नहीं
of
थे.
friends.
Urja like मेरे Kalyan के दोस्त नहीं होते कि I went to Xavier's and I made friends there.
नहीं,
Because
that's a
people who live
story
in-
for another day. But it's a sad. It means I didn't have a lot of friends in
She
school.
didn't have a lot of friends in Kalyan because people who live in Kalyan are either going to Kalyan or coming from Kalyan. There's at any given time Kalyan में लोग बहुत कम है.
That's true. Did I tell you I went to school in Kalyan? I went to Birla School. A revelation that happened on air.
What?
इसका GIF बनेगा.
So many episodes of Abbas cracking
But
Kalyan
Abba,
jokes.
I think you missed an opportunity to go. जाने तू या जाने ना. I studied in Kalyan.
Yeah. This feels like that revelation जो शाहरुख खान को होता है ना ओम शांति ओम के फाइनल सीन में कि oh fuck ये शांति की आत्मा थी ये हाँ ये वो था.
Speaking of that, the riff in the movie is one of my favorite ones.
Which one?
The theme riff.
Ting, ting, ting,
Dang, dang,
ting.
dang, 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 dang,
Oh,
dang,
yeah.
dang, dang,
Oh,
dang,
yes,
The Rajput
yes.
theme.
dang, 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 dang. It's actually
Yeah,
borrowed
such
from
a
a
cool
German
theme.
German
really?
song. Yeah, Dur Hist Mach ऐसा कुछ नाम है उसका.
That's a
yeah.
Rammstein song.
No, it's not. That is Du Hast.
Okay.
That's not Rammstein song. I know. This is some other guy's song.
Okay.
But like speaking of that मेरे को ये सवाल दोनों से पूछना था. There are quite a bunch of things that are very MTV about this movie. I can't explain it, but many things. So can you like point
give
out
an
a
example.
few? This
Achha.
Yeah.
MTV.
Yeah.
For me, one of the things that MTV thing, I don't know what you mean by that exactly, but are you trying to say like उसमें थोड़े urban references थे?
Yeah, वो time के urban
cool चीजें जो
references.
भी
Yeah,
हैं.
yeah.
Yeah, like at one point the girl the new girl, the air hostess girl जिसका story बोल रहे हैं, वो कहती है ये ऐसे love story होते हैं, ये Mills and Boons की किताब है क्या?
Mills and Boons, yes.
And I'm like, If I wrote this in a script right now, my client would be like,
किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा. That is why Abbas wrote the whole script. He directed the movie himself. Because मेरे को feedback नहीं चाहिए.
Thanks guys.
Another thing MTV about the movie was Sugandha's hair, as in Charlene's hair.
Yeah, the
whole
color,
hairdo. Yeah.
one color strip and all.
Yeah, it was just so MTV. वो time पे वो hairstyle famous था.
वो तो MTV से आई भी थी ना, रघु जी चलाते थे MTV तो.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought this was funny. I don't know if this qualifies, but when Rotlu goes to the bar and he's like Coca-Cola on the rocks.
Oh.
Yeah,
that was funny.
I made a story on that yesterday.
Yeah.
So वो it's such an underrated joke. I laughed out loud वो वाले joke.
I think that was product placement. I think Coke.
Even if it was clever product placement.
I think Coke sponsored the movie because usually in movies you don't see brands
mentioned,
and proper names mentioned. That's usually a big no-no in anything that we make, right? So that was not the only thing. They call out Coca-Cola, the whole brand. Like Coke they don't बोलते, Coca-Cola ही बोलते हर बार. Coca-Cola, Coca on rock.
But it is such a great brand. It is
and then
better than saying ये लो पियो.
The bartender आराम से दोस्त.
And that's my favorite thing about that. If that was a product placement, I couldn't find info on that. If that was a product, ऐसी subtle and very nice and very funny product placement अब नहीं होते.
It's very
usually it's always like, यार मैं बहुत थक गया हूँ, मैं अब रेड बुल पीऊंगा.
ये मेरे पंख आ गए. या फिर तेरे सर पे सीन क्यों आ रहे? ओनिडा है क्या?
Have either of you watched the new Malaika Arora show moving in Malaika?
I watched the stand-up wala episode.
Have either of you written for it? Because if not, then I will fucking.
I just said I have standards.
So in one of the episodes, the episode literally starts with Malaika sitting down alone on a phone in her bed, and she's talking to herself, and she's literally like, "Oh, Ibibo sale. I wonder what that's about. Oh, this looks easy. Let me add that to the cart. Oh, that's it? That was very simple." And then that scene ends. I was like, किससे बात किया उसने?
And you know what the insane thing is? There is probably in Goa Ibibo वहाँ पे एक IIM अहमदाबाद से MBA करके 30 लाख रुपया खर्चा करके जिसको 60 लाख की सैलरी मिलती है. He comes up with that too.
And he gets paid.
Yeah. On time that too.
Yeah.
Guys.
And we're sitting in a podcast studio making podcast.
हमको पे करो. मैं और हुसैन अभी तैयार हुआ आपके लिए.
ठीक है कम पैसे दो यार लेकिन टाइम पे तो दे दो यार. 6-6 महीने क्या है ये?
हम ये कोका-कोला जैसा ब्रांड प्लेसमेंट करके दिखाएंगे.
हम कर देंगे मस्त कड़क एकदम.
हम एक्टिंग करने आ जाएंगे फ्री में. हमको ले लो सर. हेलो.
हम नाच दिखाएंगे सर. आप पैसे फेंको.
Okay guys, let's come back to Janana. So we're introduced to Jay and his.
Subtle था ना किसी को पता नहीं चला.
Not very subtle. Jay and his mother we are introduced to Ratna Pataksha, and she's a single mom. And on her wall is a portrait of her late husband.
Favorite part.
I have also written down a note saying I will never get tired of the talking painting trope.
Talking painting trope, I don't know. Nasiruddin Shah in anything outside Prithvi Theatre is amazing.
Sometimes literally outside Prithvi Theatre.
Dude, the man lives there. The man lives in Prithvi, dude. He's like, whenever I hear about him, it's always like, वो पृथ्वी में चाय पी रहे थे. वहीं पर रहता है क्या? मतलब क्या कर रहा है?
More or less.
आप सब भी तो पृथ्वी पर ही हो.
That's why Urjita gets paid the medium bucks.
But I had a crush on Ratna Pataksha in this. I was
same,
like, man,
same.
have present still. I mean, even
I saw Ratna Pataksha in person once.
Also, so I kind of made a mental note of this that we spoke about cool parents in the Dil Chahta Hai episode.
Yeah.
And Ratna Pataksha's character is very cool. Even Aditi's parents are quite cool, you know, the way they let their children be. Although it's a little this thing that they want to get her married at the age of 21.
Yeah.
So
she said 5 साल का college. I was very confused by
school,
that.
Right?
NYU में जा रही थी.
नहीं NYU तो 3 साल का कोर्स करने जा रही थी.
5 साल maybe she
meant
5 साल कितने जल्दी खत्म हो गई.
11, 12 and 3 years.
अच्छा मुंबई में 11, 12 को तो वैसे
वैसा कंसिडर करते हैं. Yeah.
हमारे यहाँ पे PUC बोलते थे.
I know.
Pre-university.
And in North it's called +2. So yeah. But I was like, if you boil down कुछ होता है and दिल चाहता है basically, मतलब उनको निचोड़ के अगर एक कोई पिक्चर बनाओगे so it'll be this.
Yeah, if you make
the whole प्यार दोस्ती है
exactly. If you try to take those movies and make a better movie, then this comes out.
You think this is better than दिल चाहता है?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wow.
I do.
Why do you think so?
दिल चाहता है was a little too like it has similar artist है.
Of course,
सच बोलता है tropes. It has similar tropes. But दिल चाहता है
tropes तो अभी बने ना उस मूवी के बाद.
Also, to be fair, दिल चाहता is slightly older characters.
Slightly
Are they
older.
out of college?
They're
Yeah.
slightly
Yeah.
older,
Yeah.
and I watched Dil Chahta Hai recently again, and I watched Jaane Tu Hi Janana again. And I think Jaane Tu Hi Janana is funnier even now.
Funnier,
Dil Chahta.
yes.
Like Dil Chahta Hai still had those like, ah gosh, oh my god, this woman is irritating, so funny. It had things like that still.
Of course, yeah.
And the whole Akash's character, like I thought that movie by today's standards was a lot more problematic.
Oh yeah.
Like Akash is as a whole character. His whole character in the movies, he's an asshole.
Correct. Yeah. Toxic. Yeah.
Toxic
we
asshole.
discussed this
That's
on
all he
that
is
episode.
as
Yeah,
a person. Yeah.
True.
So that's why I
That's
think
interesting.
Jaane Tu Hi Janana
Okay.
is a lot better as a movie.
Yeah.
What about you, Urjita?
अभी ऐसा
Can
बोला
can we? No, not about that. About the whole
मैं-
pyar dosti hai wala angle where you're best friends, so you are in love, but
so
you
I
don't know
don't
it
support this whole concept कि प्यार दोस्ती
yet.
है.
Do you know people who were best friends and then got married?
My ex-boyfriend.
Abhi cliffhanger pe. On that note, we'll take a short break. When we come back, fuck the movie. We want to know the story of how Urjita's ex got married to his best friend. We'll see you on the other side. Of
Are you
this
sure
break.
it's a his?
Previously on Varta Lab. After 3 wonderful seasons, Akash and Naveen went their separate ways in search for glory, comedy, and comedy glory. But all they found is long transit time, bureaucracy, and upset stomachs. Now, after 3 years of collecting stories and hustling,
I can't mention. Bullies. There's no need to overact. Bullies.
Akash and Naveen are back at the lab
Let's do it.
with
Stories, we've got stories. They're a little bit of funny and a little bit of December. You wanna hear them? It's got humans. They're sitting in a box and talking bold at Varta Lab.
And we're back on Has It Aged Well? This is the most cliffhanger where most क्या बोलते हैं उसका suspenseful cliffhanger we left. So Urjita, before we went to a break, I asked you, do you know anybody who got married to their best friend? And you said your ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
Please elaborate.
So I was around 16
Oh.
and this was my first ever relationship.
अच्छा बाल विवाह
And the thing is, I can't really shut up. इतना मार.
उर्जिता की जब भी शादी होगी वो बाल विवाह ही होगा.
So
Story,
it doesn't
story.
help that you guys are going to be there.
I didn't say anything.
No, bro,
Sure.
this is it'll be fun, dude. Tell
Yeah.
story. Tell story.
Anyway,
16
yeah.
years old, your first relationship.
Okay. So I haven't spoken about this
Oh my God.
anywhere before.
It's okay, your secret.
Exclusive. जाने तो या जाने ना.
So
The
the
story
thing is,
about-
first of all, let me give you a little background.
Yes.
Okay, he was supposed to be a friend, and we started dating. And तो वो जमाने में talking stage जैसा कुछ नहीं था. But to me, now that I think of it, it was a talking stage and then a relationship, because it wasn't like 2 साल तक दोस्त थे और फिर नहीं 2 महीने दोस्त थे, बाद में चालू हुआ. So I don't.
चालू हुआ मतलब क्या होता है?
I don't want to go into the details because
Okay.
then.
Can I ask
Mummy
one
agree,
question?
Yeah.
At what threshold did you cross where you were like, okay, now this is a relationship?
Yeah, at what threshold does it become चालू हुआ?
हम दोनों मरीन ड्राइव पे बैठे थे, वो बाजू में आके थोड़ा बैठ गया.
Did you do that as
No.
friends?
No. So the
नहीं
thing
नहीं,
is,
like
we
this is
both,
friends and then this is
अच्छा, वो
Yeah.
चालू got it.
And
Yeah.
no. So there was. I don't want to talk about the
Sure,
relationship.
yes.
The thing is, it's very. It's so juvenile that I don't even consider him as my
Got it.
first boyfriend. You know what I mean? अभी वाला ही first है, okay, baby. So I'm kidding.
It's okay, he's not listening.
Yeah. So no, he knows. But yeah, the thing is, हाँ, तो क्या हुआ कि हमारा 2-3 महीना ही चला था, वो भी long distance था. That is why I don't consider
तो
this.
कल्याण में थी वो मूवी में था.
नहीं, वो राजस्थान में था.
वहाँ तो लोकल ट्रेन
Was
मिल
it
जाती.
was it an actual Rajput that you
No.
dated?
Oh, was it a Rathore? Did he slap someone, spend some time
Shut up,
in
let
jail?
me finish.
And ride a horse.
Let me finish the story quickly
Sure,
so that we
okay.
can get
Get the
past
movie,
it.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then he had a girl best friend. Okay.
In Rajasthan.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who was dating his best friend. तो वो दोनों उसके काफी क्लोज थे.
So you are Meghna.
Yeah. So I'm Meghna. That's what I'm saying. तो ये जो था ना वो the thing is both of them were older than us.
Okay.
4-5 साल हम दोनों से बड़े थे. So that is he was like there is nothing to worry. What are you saying? ये वो ऐसा ऐसा. And I was like there is something shady about this girl. I know. I just know it in my gut. ठीक है. But he's like तेरे बच्चे तेरे को नहीं पता. He's like how am I having the same problems even now? But anyway, I knew that something is wrong. Okay. तभी genuinely उन दोनों के बीच में कुछ नहीं था. Okay. So we broke up in Jan. Okay. And then a year later, he celebrated 1 year of anniversary with her in December.
Oh, that means before your breakup, only the
scenes were
चालू हो गया था.
चालू हो गया था.
So here's the funny part, okay? मैंने उसके साथ नवंबर में ब्रेकअप करने का ट्राई किया था. उसने रोना धोना चालू किया था कि ऐसे कैसे.
Does she know?
क्या? What?
Does the other girl know?
That I don't know. But no.
Now she does.
Yeah.
She better.
No, सुन ना तो नवंबर में मैंने उसके साथ ब्रेकअप किया, ठीक है? And
नहीं किया. You wanted to, but you couldn't.
I किया मैंने. He cried and we got back together. And then he broke up with me in Jan.
No, please no. अच्छा ठीक है, तू बोल रहा है तो.
Yeah, and then he broke up with me.
New Year अकेला करूँगा क्या?
यार ठीक है. So then he broke up with me in Jan, and 2 months later when we were talking, he's like कि मेरे दोस्त बोल रहे थे मैंने तेरा दिल नहीं तोड़ना चाहिए था. I will never forget this line because I just started laughing. So
that's a man right there, guys. That's a man. You want to break up with me? Fuck you. I break up with you. I'm sorry I broke your heart.
Yeah. And then a year later when I saw that picture, I was like, man, this is... But now both of them are married to other people.
Baal bache.
So they didn't get married to each other?
No.
Oh, then
they didn't get married.
Theory it still stands.
But then still, I was still the
They were
Meghna,
together.
no?
You're sure.
Okay.
That is why I hate the concept of कि
प्यार
ये best
दोस्ती है.
friends. I like तुम अगर दोस्त हो तो तुमको दूसरे लोग क्यों चाहिए to realize you love each other? What is this rubbish? I feel like this movie, like even though it is nice and all, but it just promoted the stereotype कि अगर लड़का लड़की दोस्त है तो मैं
No,
not necessary. Okay.
I disagree because the group has a mixed group. It's not like everybody starts dating everybody, right?
But
Well,
ये
they
दोनों थे
kinda
ना
do.
best friends. Yeah,
No,
everybody.
Shalini doesn't date someone else.
हाँ, तो
She's the only
she's the
one.
only one.
It's
Okay.
like she's the Phoebe of the group.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair. But what I thought the movie was more about is that these two people are so madly in love with her that not just their friends, everybody around them knows that these guys are supposed to be together.
So then why are they
Only
opposed to it?
They're oblivious to it. This happens.
Okay.
This happens in the movie in other situations also. Like I tried written it down, so I'm gonna try where.
Yeah, we have a
Because
guest
नहीं,
today who has
नहीं,
done
ढूंढना.
homework, guys.
ढूंढना नहीं ढूंढना.
No, I saw
क्या
this.
हुआ? डर
I
क्यों
saw-
गया?
रुकना.
बोलना डरता क्या है?
The Meghna character being oblivious to her parents, not oblivious,
Right.
but trying to ignore it. So it's.
But that's
this-
pure
I think
denial.
नहीं, she is not oblivious.
That's
she
pure
knows.
denial.
That
Denial.
is denial. Yeah.
They are also in denial, right?
नहीं.
The
कुछ भी.
parents?
No, the couple Aditi and Jay are in denial about their love. Like, no, we don't love each other. We are just friends. And everybody else is like, you're in love. What?
But
Now coming to my favorite scene in the movie, the parents proposing
Marriage.
to the guy.
Jay.
That I thought was a very cool scene for the parents to come be like, ठीक है हमारी बेटी से शादी कर लो. वो सामने से बोल रहे हैं. एक तो वो बहुत
Right.
cool चीज है. Funniest thing in the scene is when he comes in the suit boot, Pratik Babbar goes, क्या है ये? Alright, some exchange happens, funny, and then he always says some shit to Jay.
Yeah.
Then dad walks in and dad is like, बेटा क्या कर रहे हो? मेहमान आया. And suddenly Jay is like, कौन मेहमान?
Yeah.
I found it hilarious, and that is a scene that struck me today because when I watched it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is exactly what happened when I got married. Because Mariam, my wife, we've known each other since we were kids. So हमारे घर पे आना जाना सब होता था.
Right.
So after we
इसके
got
बावजूद तेरे लफड़े हुए 18 साल की उम्र में.
then after we
But
got
suddenly
together,
the lens changed
yeah,
for you.
so after we got
Yeah.
together, suddenly her mom, instead of being like, ये ले पानी, she's like, बेटा कुछ चाहिए. I'm like, Mom, what is happening here? What is this? Is बहुत बदल गया है सब कुछ, you know. So that I really liked,
Right.
and I love the fact that it's parents are saying, बेटा शादी कर लो. And he's like, मुझे तो पैसा ही चाहिए.
पैसा important है.
ये तो कह रहा है कि पैसे के लिए. Even then they were not like opposed to it. They're like,
Yeah,
okay, he's frank at least.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk quickly about Meghna's character and Pratik Babbar's character because those two are secondary characters. They're not the main characters or actors, but still they're given backstories which I think stand very well.
Yeah.
So I made a note that scene, the Meghna family dinner scene, really made me uncomfortable and creeped out because it was just very.
I didn't watch it. I skipped it. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
you just
I can't.
can't.
Like
And
Really?
मुझे बहुत ये होता है यार, ये मत दिखाओ ना यार, तकलीफ में है, एक दूसरे को काट रहे बार बार, चिल्लम चिल्ली हो रही है. And
that's
so,
also.
I felt when I watched that scene, I feel like Imran Khan. Like, oh, I
Yeah,
really don't want to be here.
exactly.
I really don't want to be here.
Like, that's also a testament to the actors who played Rajat Kapoor and Kimi Katkar. They are taking snaps at each other continuously.
Yeah, such
And-
good acting.
Yeah.
Rajat is-
Every person in this movie has done a great job at what they were supposed to do, I think.
So I have a take on that. I think Imran Khan is in parts wooden and moving at the same time. It's only that the wooden acting works in his favor because he's playing a young
character.
college kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in some cases, it's a little thing. I think Genelia is bad in this.
Yeah,
I don't
very
know.
bad. क्यों क्यों क्यों? मैं bad हूँ? Hey, you're
तुझे
coming.
बोला था ना मैंने. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
You are saying तू साले तू बोल रहा है मैं bad हूँ?
तू मार उसको, तू मार जे. Anyway, that was a slight digression.
As
so.
as Sonam Kapoor would like to say, only ugly actors are called good actors.
No,
Oh, she
that's
said
not.
this?
She
That's
said
not.
that. She said that.
That's not how she said it. She said it ki one thing I don't understand about this industry is that if you're ugly, people think you're a good actor.
So I'm just saying the opposite works in Asin's, Genelia's
Genelia's favor,
By the way,
yeah.
Asin and Genelia did their
Debut.
जेनिलिया का डेब्यू नहीं था, उसने दूसरी फिल्म में की थी, but this was her debut, let's be honest. And to me, even now, they are both very interchangeable. They look similar, they talk similar.
I'm sorry, but I relate so much with Hussain क्योंकि मेरे भी दिमाग के 1000 टैब हर बार ओपन रहते हैं.
Yeah.
ये आसिन पे कैसे पहुंच गया?
Yeah, bro,
because
it's just
because
this, they
Asin
look
won
similar.
the best debutant award in this year for Ghajni.
Yeah.
But Asin did not marry the son of an ex-chief minister.
Yeah,
Like,
I always forget that. And when Ritesh की बीवी कौन? Asin थी ना? नहीं, Genelia. Oh shit, the one with the curly hair. Yeah, that one.
तुझे लगता है
Also,
हम
by the
दोनों same दिखते हैं?
By the way, speaking of Ritesh in this thing,
Yeah.
there's a scene in this movie where वो सुशांत के साथ हो जाती है, फिर वो कहीं पार्टी गए सुशांत का, and Sushant hugs this other girl, and they have like a moment, and she's like standing in the background going a little awkward and all,
Yeah.
which happened in real life to her.
Really?
Oh yeah,
There was
the
that viral
Preeti
video.
Zinta, yeah.
There's a viral video where
yeah.
Ritesh is talking to who? Preeti.
Preeti Zinta, yes.
Preeti
yes.
Zinta is
yeah,
talking to?
yeah.
Hey bro, Preeti
Zinta.
से jealous नहीं होना चाहिए. She's too pretty.
But what's in the video?
So Ritesh is at some red carpet event or something, and Ritesh is talking to Preeti, and they're talking, and they're standing close by and
Yeah.
talking to each other because they can't hear her. Whatever.
And Genelia is
Genelia is
like,
just in the background going. The exact expressions on her face in the movie, exact over here. That was.
Okay,
that
I need
was-
to check this out.
Yeah.
Coming back to Meghna, I feel like in this episode I have to do the job of bringing
Bring
you
it
guys back
sorry.
to.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
This was, I think, one of the first portrayals of toxic positivity, if you
Yeah.
will, where she plays this game for pure escapism, where something is
Also
not
very
what
well
it looks
written.
like.
It starts off as a game, then you realize no, this is.
this is much
Denial,
more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, Abbas
For a
भाई,
secondary
Abbas भाई
character.
अब तो psychology पढ़ेला है, मेरे को मालूम है.
Great, it was great. It was
Yeah.
great. And the point I was trying to make about the secondary character, like writing a secondary character that is a good character. Like Sushant is easy to write. He's an
Right,
asshole.
yeah.
इसको गोली मारो जो भी है.
Yeah.
She is a good character. So
You feel sad
you
for
feel sad for
her.
her, and throughout the movie you're still hoping कि नहीं यार इसका breakup होना कभी ना कभी तो होगा होना चाहिए because you want them to get back together with
Yeah.
get
Back together with
Aditi.
Aditi. Yeah.
I like how like they knew that they needed to introduce two characters, like on a writing level they
Right.
needed to introduce two characters just so that they would realize कि हम एक दूसरे से प्यार करते हैं. They're like one will be an asshole, the other also cannot be an asshole.
Right, correct.
That's yeah.
So then what emotion to pick? What trait क्या उसका पकड़ेंगे कि जिससे ये उसको छोड़ेगा? And then of course they must have realized कि
The only thing is I wish when there's a scene after the sad song wala scene,
Yeah.
after Jiggy's birthday, that she comes home and she's like, you know what, I think you're still in love with Aditi and I think you should get back together and I don't think we should be together. And Imran goes, yeah, I think you're right. And she goes, I was joking.
yeah.
So I'm like, I wish she wasn't. But then I
But
guess
isn't that
maybe it
that
works
thing
with her character
where-
because she's oblivious.
Yeah, where
She always is in denial.
It worked so well because it's
Yeah.
like she knew everything. She's self-aware. She's aware about her surroundings,
just
and
hiding
then
it all
she's
the
like
time.
she's just hiding.
But she catches Sushant and Aditi having dinner, and then she goes and tells Aditi that Jay still loves you.
No,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't say he still loves you. She says
She
that
implies
वो
it.
किसी
But
और
she's
से
drunk
प्यार
in
करता
that
है.
scene, correct?
Yeah, she's
So
drunk.
are we to assume that she becomes a drunk, like an
Her
alcoholic?
इतना
Like her
नहीं.
father?
I was
It's
seeing
not
the other way
like
around that I think breaking up with Jay put her on the right path.
Okay.
Like if she was still with Jay, that her
Would have still-
parental relationship is what her relationship would have been like 6 years from now when Jay finally realized, you know what, I loved Aditi and I've made a huge mistake. I should have broken up with this person long time ago. And there's resentment in the relationship.
That's correct.
So I think she went on to the right path. Also, I'm a more positive person. So I didn't think she
You're
was
both
like...
Meghna.
Yes. Yeah. And the second character thing, the other point I was trying to make about the second character is that it's very hard to write someone sympathetic that you're hoping to lose.
To fail, right?
Yeah,
Correct. I also think that they did an introvert character very well, the Pratik Babbar character.
Oh yeah.
Where there's that scene between him
But
and
it's very
Aditi.
stereotypical also, no? Introvert is always saying smart things.
And also I
and all
remember
that.
there was a time when people had adopted the personality of Pratik
Pratik Babbar.
Babbar कि मुझे अपनी रूम में रहना पसंद है. Like तू कॉलेज में है अभी. हाँ मुझे मेरे डॉर्म में रहना पसंद है.
With my mouse.
Yeah, with my mouse.
But the mouse is a computer mouse and he's playing Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think there's something poignant with the fact that he sees through Sushant before everybody else does.
Yeah.
And even he maintains that even though he finds Jay very irritating, he still knows he's the right guy for his sister.
Yeah.
Also, did
So-
you notice how this girl, Ginny Lia, she has a cat and her brother has a mouse?
The mouse, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think Pratik
Abbas
Babbar's...
bhai.
I think
Kya dimag?
beautiful. Honestly speaking, this movie is amazing because it has so many layers and so many things going about it. And I don't see a lot of movies like this anymore, where it's only a family dynamic. Like I just saw Avatar last night, The Way of the Water.
Way of the Water, yeah.
Yeah, that's also a family-driven movie
Yeah.
with like बहुत सारा पैसा.
Avatar is the same movie ना जिसमें वो गाना नीले नीले अंबर
yeah.
पे.
Govinda wala, Govinda wala.
Yes, Govinda
Govinda wala,
wala.
yeah.
No, but come, I have a question. I have a question.
Okay, please go. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Okay. तो प्रतीक बब्बर जब भी सुशांत मोदी को अंदर लेके जाता है, ठीक है, उसके रूम में, आई जस्ट वांट यू गाइस टू थिंक कि ऐसा उन दोनों में क्या कॉन्वर्सेशन हुआ होगा जिससे इसको पता चल गया होगा कि ये बंदा अच्छा
You know what? I have an answer ready because I
Tell.
imagine when I watched this, I was like, this is what I imagine happened.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people.
Huh.
So I imagine he went into the room, saw all these beautiful paintings,
Yeah.
and then while talking about every painting,
He chose one.
No, he said something about that relates to him in some way.
Ah,
Like, you know, wow, this is
nice.
such a nice painting of wolf. When I was in Nigeria, I saw wolf.
Yeah.
Like, he was that guy.
Yes.
Right.
Like, everything is just stop telling me all these unnecessary stories, you know. So, the selfishness, the arrogance, all that comes. You can see that from that. I think that's how that played
this ये तो सही बहुत ही सही है. And another thing that I had thought of that maybe उसने तारीफ वगैरह करने के बाद उसने 3-4 बार बोला रहेगा why don't you try selling them, why don't you try selling them,
out. Capitalistic.
Paisa.
why
No,
don't you
but
try selling them.
The thing is, if someone said that to me, I could still see that maybe it's coming from a place of,
Yeah,
you could do so
yeah,
much, you could
yeah.
do get so much for this. Like, this is great.
The
like,
way
in
of
that
saying.
way. Maybe
It's
way
also
of
the
saying.
way of saying.
Yeah.
What, you?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking same thing. He goes and he starts talking about the paintings, and then because I think he comes out and Pratik Babbar gives him a
one
painting,
painting,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
maybe he chooses one
Nice.
which Pratik
Which
makes
represents
some kind of
something like
a
that,
some kind of a
inference around.
subliminal
Yeah.
this thing. Ke, oh, he chose this one. Which,
I think the
kinda-
Pratik Babbar character, the whole character was written just for exposition. For
Kind of,
to
huh?
explain.
To say
Ke-
that they've been moving
like
from
like
city to city.
he comes in every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Every 20-25 minutes he comes into the movie and says, last 20 minutes mein ye hua hai. And then he goes away.
Yeah.
That keeps happening.
Yeah.
Like
Exposition also in the sense कि this guy should be in the position of your ex.
A word about Sohail Khan and Arbaz Khan in
Loved
this
them.
movie.
Oh wow.
So they were a surprise. I remember that when the movie was being promoted, it was not they were not in
never,
the promos or anything. So when they showed up in the movie, everybody was very surprised. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Salman bhi aayega kya? But then he doesn't.
And I love how the movie, मतलब it is so brilliant कि तुम जिन movies के against तुम दिखा रहे हो कि ये जाने तो ये जाने कि ये मारधाड़ वाले movies है, उसी का मसीहा तुम उसके दो भाइयों को बुला रहे हो.
and then making them play that character
Yeah.
who has to do something toxic in
Like,
order to prove his
That
manliness.
is such a hat tip, like to
Beautiful.
meta hat tip.
Beautiful.
Just
Beautiful.
very.
You don't see so many meta kind of movies anymore, dude. Like the
Yeah.
last Hindi movie जो मुझे ऐसे देख के इतना मजा आया जितना जाने तो जाने was Kapoor and Sons.
It's like
Hmm.
Man, Fawad Khan first of all, fuck that guy, bro. क्या बहुत गाली बोलने का मन कि he's too sexy.
यहाँ
What is
पे
that?
fuck that guy. यहाँ पे कवि कहना चाहते हैं fuck मतलब literal fuck.
हाँ.
Yeah, literal. Everybody wants to fuck him. He's too good looking, dude.
मुझे
He's also gay in that
पप्पी भी
movie.
चलेगी,
Yeah, so,
fuck नहीं इतना, पप्पी भी चलेगी.
But Kapoor and Sons was a way more straightforward drama than.
It was a lot more straightforward. There was
Yeah.
not a lot more nuance and all in it.
Yeah.
But just the family dynamic, and plus I have an elder brother who's a lot more successful, so it really hurt. It really hit home.
Okay.
Not the fact that वो मेरी किताब चोरी करके तूने बेची थी, वैसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. मेरा भाई डॉक्टर है, मेरे से कुछ नहीं छीन सकता वो.
Oh,
because I have
okay.
nothing of value to
Yeah.
provide in this relationship.
तू उससे छीन सकता है उसका स्टेथोस्कोप.
फिर मेरी धड़कन सुनूंगा. चूतिया.
चूतिया.
Choo Choo, what is the channel?
Choo Choo TV surprise. Yeah.
I think the music has aged beautifully. I
Yeah.
think all the songs, like Hussain mentioned, are great. Funnily, so the background score, I don't know why. I felt like if you listen to the Dil Chahta Hai background score from Shankar Ehsaan Loy and this one, I think Rahman is trying to do something similar with the.
Yeah,
with
it's the young vibe.
Yeah.
Dil kabhi thanda, kabhi atom bomb sa. Like it's very like, hey, we are going.
This song was Pratik Quad before Pratik Quad existed.
Yeah.
No, it's not sad.
It's better.
It's not sad also.
As in the
Also it's
carefree
better.
tone,
Yeah,
the
like,
carefree tone.
Pratik Quad is not carefree. See, Pratik Quad has the torchlight music. Like you have to do this whenever the song.
Yeah.
This is more, hey, dil kabhi thanda. Like it's happy.
It has a beat.
Like मेरी बीवी छोड़ के चली गई. That's Pratik Quad. नहीं, no, sorry, Pratik Quad है तेरी बीवी मेरे साथ है. That's Pratik Quad.
तेरी जुल्फों की यादों में तेरी सांसों. If Pratik Quad sang दिल नहीं जाने ना कहा जाने ना कहा नहीं. This is Hussain singing. This is not Pratik Quad.
Like, I feel like he's fucking the song every time he sings
No,
it.
but I really.
But he has a bit of a
Wait.
nasal thing going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Go.
जाने जाने ना कहा वो दुनिया है जाने ना वो है दुनिया नहीं जहाँ मेरी जिंदगी हो मुझसे इतनी खफा नहीं.
Wow, if he drops out of Lollapalooza, Urjita, you can go fill in for it. Two things I thought did not age well is there's that montage during that song only, I think, where Aditi makes a tattoo on Jay's back which says "I'm gay," which I thought was
Yeah,
kinda-
some of the jokes
Yeah.
are okay.
And Pratik, while recounting one of his childhood stories, says कि वो थी तेरी एक चिंकी friend,
Chinky friend,
which I
yeah,
thought
she
was a
said that.
little off
Yeah,
color.
but I mean, like I've had, when I was in Bangalore, I was in a Jesuit school. So Jesuit schools have a lot of like other Jesuit schools that they're in
Right.
touch with. So students come and go and things like that. So from the northeast, there were some students in my class, friends and all that, whatever. Ek bar, one of them had come home. And I'm Kutchi, right? So we have a specific language, and we are so used to other people not understanding anything we say. So when he came home, as soon as he stepped in the door, mom was like, "Ye chinky kaun hai?" She said, "Ye chinky keh raha hai?" In our tongue. And I was like, "Mom, you can't say that." And my mom was like, "Yeah, he won't understand." No, I'm like, "No, he understands the word.
Of course,
He might
yeah.
not understand the sandwich,
Yeah,
but the meat of it he understands."
Yeah.
And my friend was like, "I know, this happens a lot. Don't worry." Sorry.
The another reason why this movie is so special is because there's this nice guy Imran who is a friend who is doing so many nice things for her without expecting anything in return. Like Bollywood has written other male friend
characters
वाले
also.
characters also. Like कि मैं दोस्त हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को पुसी चाहिए. But but यहाँ पे
In
ये genuine-
fairness, Aditi did expect a cat.
वो पुसी उसको चाहिए दे रहा था. He's giving the pussy, yeah.
पुसी देना चाहता था.
Anyway,
Yeah.
no, but that I think comes from the fact that I'm assuming they're childhood friends, right?
No, they are
they're
not.
college
They're
friends.
College
Okay,
वाले.
okay.
They are madly in love with each other. That's why they do all these things for each other also without
Yeah.
expecting anything in return, because they are so
Exactly.
madly in love with each other.
And
जैसे-
also, it is not assumed कि भाई ये दोनों का तो होना ही चाहिए.
But this
क्योंकि
again
उनका
comes
है.
back to that thing, Urjita, like you mentioned in the Kal Ho Na Ho episode also. कि असल प्यार वही है जहाँ तुम सेक्स नहीं करना चाहते हो, which is a very
ऐसा बोला
weird-
था मैंने.
Yeah, you were like,
And you
yeah,
know what?
all
I
the
agree.
guys want to sleep with the women, but the one girl he doesn't want to sleep with is like, oh,
Okay,
maybe
doesn't want to sleep with, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
या मैंने कोई
like,
अलग
that's not the
कॉन्टेक्स्ट में
thing.
बोला होगा ये अब्बास is misquoting me
No.
for no reason.
No,
But
but
I
what's
agree.
your-
Love, I think, is when you want to spend time with someone.
Yeah, you
When
want
they are
to do
fully
things for
clothed.
them. Yeah.
What, did I take a turn?
I'm not
I
saying.
said
Huh.
love is something.
wanna spend
Love is
time fully
when you
clothed.
want to spend time with someone else with full clothes on.
या मैं तो एस्ट्रोनॉट के कपड़ों में भी प्यार करने को रेडी
Astronaut?
हूँ. एस्ट्रोनॉट.
No, to be an
Yeah,
astronaut, you
hey,
need to be
baby,
this tall.
I put the ass in astronaut, if you know what I
No,
mean.
no.
नहीं, नहीं.
Okay, I was going for in order to be an astronaut, you need to be this tall.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding. You need to be a certain height to be an astronaut.
Which is what height?
So I can't
Which
be
is
an
not
astronaut.
Urjita height.
Oh, okay.
Like whatever height it is, Urjita will not fit. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Urjita, quick word about Paresh Rawal.
Amazing.
Amazing,
Great
right?
Very, and I like how there are just like, if you started counting the meta references, there are just so many meta and also like अभी current time के references कि जय बोलता है ना कि मेरे को कॉल करना है कि क्यों प्राइम मिनिस्टर को कॉल करेगा तब तो मेरे को छोड़ना पड़ेगा. Like, of course, imagine Paresh Rawal saying this.
Yeah. Beautiful.
He knew it all along, man.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just saying there's a character with the surname Modi who seems very enticing and promising in the beginning, and then as the movie goes on, it turns out to be extremely violent. That's what the movie says.
I just want everybody to hear to acknowledge that Muhammad Hussain has nothing to do with the statement previously spoken.
Just making a observation.
I don't want to get my career cancelled before it even takes off. I just.
It's okay. Our podcast listenership is very limited, but niche, but dedicated.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
too
best kind of
dedicated.
That's the best kind
Some
of audience.
of them are too dedicated with their compliments and also negative constructive feedbacks.
Bro, negative comments are the, like, I think in social media, once you start getting real hate comments is when you know that your content has made it.
That's it, Urjita. We made it.
Yeah. Because how the algorithm works is when you post something, it first shows it.
Gali do hame.
No, it first shows it. I've always said that on my Instagram. Please post "Go back to Pakistan" on my comments all the time. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. मुझे लगता है मेरा मिल रहा है कुछ मेरे को अच्छा चल रहा है. Yeah.
Okay.
Because whenever you post something, it shows it only to 10% of the audience.
Yeah,
Then it goes
अच्छी
to-
बात करते हैं.
Those are your friends and people who like you and all. Then when they reshare it, it goes to the next like 40% or whatever. Then reshare, and then like the step number 7 is now the algorithm has decided tathastu. ये
Yeah.
content हम सबको दिखाएंगे.
Nice,
Then the views start
nice
going.
choice of words.
Yeah. The views start piling and then तुम सब गांडू लोग.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've made it. No matter what you say, वो बोलेंगे तुम सब गांडू लोग. There's videos of my niece, the reels I've made a few of them with my nieces. उसमें भी लोग गाली दे रहे हैं यार.
यार.
उसमें क्यों गाली दे रहे
उनको
हैं?
नहीं, मुझे गाली दे रहे हैं.
हाँ, वो good then.
They're like,
Yeah.
so this one song reel I made, my bags break some that song, and the comments like, बच्चों को ऐसे गाने अश्लील गाने सुना तो बच्चों उनको समझ में नहीं आता दीदी, relax. और editing होती है, वो बेबी शार्क तू पे डांस कर रहे थे.
Yeah, they've got Choo TV to
Yeah, they
take
got
care
to
of
be
them.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
pretty much covered what I wanted. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I have 4 pages.
Yes, please. Hussain is just getting started.
Oh yeah, okay. Another last point I had. कि you know the movie, the way this movie starts, कि जब जिग्गी वो उसके दोस्त को बता रहा होता है, उसकी क्रश को बता रहा होता है स्टोरी, तो it almost feels like when they are starting off with the story, it feels like a conversation between a script writer and a producer. क्योंकि it's like they are trying to sell कि अरे ये मूवी में मतलब मसाला है, ये है वो है, and then she is like कि अच्छा तो एयरपोर्ट सीन भी होगा. I feel like they just lifted that conversation. Abbas
It
Rai.
was very meta, no? Like in the intermission scene also
Yeah.
is where they stop and be like, "अरे रुक मैं अभी चाय पानी लेके कुछ आता हूँ, चाय पॉपकॉर्न वगैरह खाना के लेकर."
I think
Yeah.
even
And
there
then
someone
intermission.
says कि Coca-Cola नहीं पीना है. I think
हाँ.
yeah.
There's a brand reference there also.
Yeah.
So it was very smart. Oh, and I thought someone would bring this up. There is a Waiting for Godot reference
Oh yeah, right at
at the end of the movie. Waiting for Godot करके एक बहुत ही famous Samuel Beckett का एक play है. I'm a literature student, guys. That's
Yeah,
why I
it's
know all
okay.
these things. Samuel Beckett.
One-
Did you guys
one-
hear it? Samuel Beckett. Yeah.
One of the plays which Nasir goes to do at Prithvi.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very famous play, and like it's all about existentialism and like nihilism and like all of that. बहुत high funda
Nasruddin Shah stuff basically.
Nasruddin Shah stuff, Prithvi Theatre stuff. It is very much,
yeah.
but it's a great play. Like it is something I could recommend to you to read. Because it's very new age in the sense that it's very like quick. Basically 2 कैरेक्टर होते हैं, वो एक आइलैंड पे होते हैं, वो बार-बार चीजें भूल जाते हैं.
कहो ना पे आ रहे हैं.
नहीं. पिछले दिन like they forget what happened yesterday, what happened tomorrow. They're like they've been waiting for Godot on this island for so long. Days have merged into each other, and it's just these 2 characters. The whole play is just 2 characters talking to each other. और वही फट वो कौन है सोशल मीडिया वाली मूवी जो थी, फेसबुक वाली जो मूवी थी,
Social
Action
Network.
hero.
Social
Network.
what? Social Network. The guy who made it,
David
people,
Fincher.
They always say his movies. Not the writer.
Aaron Sorkin.
Aaron Sorkin की सारी movies वैसी होती है ना, फट.
Yeah.
So it's a great play, it's a great reference, and I don't know.
Why
in
do you think
terms
that reference is here? Just
I
for the
don't
heck
know.
of it?
I think it's just there.
Okay.
जैसे मिल्स एंड बून्स उन्होंने ऐसे ही डाल दिया है.
मिल्स एंड बून्स तो ठीक है, जोक टाइप रेफरेंस था वो तो. ये तो
this
proper
kind of a
reference
reference
है.
is something only a person who only a specific kind of person will get that.
क्या कहाँ पे था ये रेफरेंस?
Right,
Last
last
scene पे
frame.
जब वो दोनों वापस आ गए एयरपोर्ट में, मिल के मिलाप हो गया, सब गाड़ी में जा रहे हैं घर के लिए निकलने के लिए. तो वहाँ पे एक गरीब बंदा बैठा होता है,
उसके उस बोर्ड पे लिखा हुआ है waiting for Godot.
I think it is just a nod because he
Yeah,
likes the
maybe.
movie or something.
Yeah,
Because I don't see any such reference in this movie.
That's true.
Unless you really do some mental gymnastics and try to say that the movie was about Jay's character and Genelia's character coming to terms with themselves.
Waiting for them to find,
accept
yeah.
themselves.
Yeah, they were waiting for love all their life,
Waiting for
not
love.
knowing कि ये सामने ही था.
Imran Khan keeps getting flashes of what he's supposed to be like, the man he's supposed to be, but the man he is right now is not that. So he's waiting to become that person who can love Genelia,
That's
can
true.
also be the man macho for her, because that's also one partner. It's like तू कभी मेरे को बचाएगा नहीं, अबला नारी type,
Yeah.
whatever scene.
So what do you think this movie has to say about toxic masculinity? Does it say that
It's bad. It's just
masculinity
saying,
and violence is okay if you want to, like in moments where you have to protect yourself?
In defense, it is good.
Yeah, it's that age-old argument, no? Like you don't want a toxic man, but people always like it when, like this is my experience at least, when you're walking with a girl and you're like, "Tu is side पे खड़ी रहे."
Yeah.
Like, you know,
That is fine. The sidewalk.
ये वही
rule,
ना.
yeah.
the sidewalk thing, yeah.
Like Vrinda mentioned in the Munna Bhai episode, bhai in the sheets, simp in the bhai in the streets, simp in the sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those where, like, in the right circumstances, it's one of those things. You should be a nice guy, but you should be capable
To protect.
to not be nice.
Oh.
To be bad elsewhere.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yes, Urjita, we know exactly what you mean.
Is Urjita allowed to talk about these things? Is she old enough?
I don't know. Urjita, Choo-Choo TV.
Yeah, I'm
Choo-choo
surprised.
TV is
I'm
on your
surprised.
phone.
I'm surprised Urjita doesn't know about Choo-Choo TV. Like, bro,
I don't know why
that's
I'm roasting you now. In the beginning, I was very neutral. Now I'm also roasting you. Anything else, Hussain? In the
couple of dialogues I want to highlight that I
Yes.
really liked.
Yeah.
The lyrics in the songs are really nice.
Yeah.
Even the Pappu Khan dance, it's supposed to be like a party song.
I thought
But
it was an
that's really nice.
antithesis of Papa Kehte Hain Bada Naam Karega.
Yeah,
because
and there are a lot of references because this movie, Imran Khan is Amir Khan's nephew, and Amir Khan produced this movie. Amir Khan's first movie, I think, was called Qayamat,
Qayamat se
in
Qayamat.
which the song was Papa Kehte Hain
Yeah,
Bada
yeah,
Naam Karega, which is a line in the Pappu Khan dance song.
Bada naam karega.
And that Qayamat movie was produced by
Mansoor Khan.
Amir Khan's uncle.
Uncle, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who
So
also
uncle
produces
nephew.
this.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
was it? Uncle nephew.
Yeah.
Name, song reference. Jaane Tu Ya Jaane Na. The title is also sung in different songs. The first song, Kabhi Kabhi Aditi. Jaane Tu Ya Jaane Na. और फिर क्यों गाते हैं? Like, so all
Even
of
the
these things I
original
like.
song, Mera Tujhse Hai Pehle Ka Naata
Mera
Koi, in
Tujhse.
that, it was a Nasir Hussain film in which Amir Khan is as a child artist.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So many layers upon layers.
I feel like after a point if a movie starts acting too meta, सारे inside references है, I just assume कि ये लोगों ने ना अपने universe के बाहर movies देखी ही नहीं है.
No, but the thing is, all of these references are not shooed in. Like,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
agree with you if these were like, hey, dekha, like Monica, oh my darling,
Yeah.
was a great movie, but some of those references like,
I
dekha,
know.
ye wala reference hai ye.
Yeah,
Like, it was like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
This movie is not pointing and saying we are doing pop culture reference.
Yeah.
Again, bring back to another dialogue I really liked. Pratik Babbar's character, exposition character, right? So just after Jaya has fallen in love with Meghna, Didi comes home, Aditi comes home, and Pratik is playing with his mouse, and she goes, "You really love that mouse, no?" And Pratik goes, "No, we are just friends."
Yeah. That's fun.
Love my boy Pratik's dialogues. Then which is the next dialogue I really
Oh,
liked?
which is also meta.
yeah.
You love that mouse? No, we are just friends. Which is also
That's just
something
funny.
Jay and...
It's
but
very
funny,
funny,
but I know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
like that.
and in the end when finally the transformation, Jay का transformation वो घोड़े पे जा रहा है, transformation हो गया उसका, jail भी कर लिया, सब कर लिया, तो
रत्ना
रत्ना
पाठक
पाठक शाह को
शाह
बोले, she's going to the jail with a
Oh,
friend and she's
oh,
like,
is that your son?
"Hey, ये तो आपका बेटा क्या ना?" नहीं, ये मेरे पति का बेटा. I love that line.
Ratna Pathak Shah's face, her annoyed face I will, oh my god. Is it,
Both these guys do.
how,
Ratna
the way
Pathak Shah,
she,
Nasiruddin Shah.
I feel like that face should be framed everywhere. Like, signal पे रखो, अगर कोई गाड़ी speed करे तो Just you see Ratna Pataksha doing
is
that.
amazing in everything she's
Yeah,
in.
agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was great.
Cool.
And I think that's all I have. It's very hard to.
Nice.
I hope so.
Let's do favorite performances. Urjita, who did you like? Who stood out for you in the movie?
Oh man, wow, stood out. I think I know this might sound harsh, but other than Ginny Lia and Imran Khan, I liked everybody's
Actually,
acting.
that's not a bad. That's not a bad take.
Fair.
Yeah. Imran Khan also good, but Ginny Lia was in parts she was annoying.
So actually,
Yeah.
I forgot to bring this up. A couple of days ago, I saw this meme on a Gen Z page. Don't ask me why I'm following a Gen Z page. Where it was a picture of Imran Khan, and the text was, "Life was much better when this guy did romantic
Rom-com
comedies."
movies, yeah.
So, what do you think happened to Imran Khan, and do you see that that whole genre of a romantic chocolate boy has gone away now?
Chocolate Boy का तो पता नहीं, but Imran Khan maybe just realized he's not a good actor.
Yeah.
He made some decent movies though.
Yeah, Kidnapped.
Which was the one he made with Kareena
Not a love
Kapoor?
story.
Ek Main Aur Ek Tu.
Ek Main Aur Ek Tu.
Kidnap was not a good movie.
He
Please.
made movies.
He
is what
made
I'm saying. I'm
movies,
saying
yes.
not all of them are not
Yeah.
good. I was
Ek
gonna
Main
say.
Aur Ek Tu was good.
I Hate Love Stories. Was
I
his
Hate
other
Love Stories
big
was
one.
decent. Yeah. So,
I think when Imran Khan tried to be Ranveer Kapoor or other macho men in Bollywood, in Bollywood, tabhi that is where shit went
didn't
to
work.
hell.
No, but I
and
just
also
think
like
he
Imran
could
Khan.
do only one thing. That's all.
Yeah, and that was his personality. So you're not
Yeah, he was
acting,
never
no,
acting.
essentially.
He
You
was
were
just
just
being
being
himself.
himself.
Yeah.
it's
If they had
not-
written more movies in that character arc, and if those movies are doing well, he might have had a career right now.
But then फिर भी
not
वो
an actor
finite
like
होता.
बहुत ही.
Same type
Yeah,
का.
बहुत ही. So that's why it just didn't work for him. My favorite performance in the movie, and I think who we haven't touched upon so far. I think the main character of the movie is not those two guys. It's Jignesh. Jignesh has proper main character, and he pays for everybody.
Yeah.
He's always dressed outlandish, right?
Yeah.
And it is his surprise birthday party.
Yeah.
Sorry, surprise birthday party.
Yeah.
Where
तो
shit goes
मेरे
down.
सरप्राइज बर्थडे पार्टी पे नहीं आएगी ऐसे कैसे तो मेरे को बुरा लगेगा ना
Also
यार।
that one line, वो अमेरिका जाने वाली थी, मालूम वीजा भी मिल गया था।
Yeah.
क्या है, सबको नहीं मिलता है।
Such a good thing to say. And
Yeah.
Jignesh, and because of his, like, as someone brought up in Mangalore,
Yeah.
I see a lot of characters being stereotyped as South Indian characters. You know, like, hey, Yanna Raskala, mind it, shit, like that. Shut the fuck up. Nobody talks like this,
Yeah.
right? And to see some other, I like seeing other stereotypes. Is what I'm trying to say. Like a Gujarati stereotype is okay. It is still North India. So like, yeah, I want one Punjabi stereotype. Naal vich naal bar mein bol raha hai wo. I want that. Enough mundu mein, hey, mind it, Raskala, woo. Like, enough of that shit.
Right.
So I loved that about him. And he is, even now, Jignesh as a name is something I still use to this day as a reference in my family. हमारे घर में अगर कोई भी विचित्र कपड़े पहनता है ना तो उसको बोलते हैं जिग्नेश लग रहा है तू like it's a thing in my house. So I really love that character. He's one of my favorite character, and I think he holds the whole group together.
Yeah, that's a nice. It's a nice
Gujaratis
take.
are always in power. That's what I want to say.
Well, for the foreseeable future at least.
For the foreseeable future.
For me, I think it would be Paresh Rawal. I think he makes the most impact in like 3 scenes that he has. Every line that he delivers is impactful. So I think he was great. Before we wrap up, what do you think about the status of romantic comedies?
Did you guys notice कि वो पप्पू कांड डांस वाला में जो वो पप्पू के साथ वाला है जो उसके हर जगह पैसे भर रहा है who is that
Nilesh.
guy? Yes,
The guy
who is
Nilesh. I know. I also read IMDb. Okay.
IMDb नहीं मैंने शक्ल से पहचान लिया था
अच्छा,
where have you
who is-
seen
I
this?
don't-
Saurabh Bothra, right? His name is
Shakun Batra
Shakun
Oh,
Batra.
that's Shakun Batra, the director of Kapoor and
Yes.
Sons.
Kapoor and Sons.
Oh,
Kapoor and Sons.
damn
Yeah.
it.
That's where I was going with
and
Kapoor and
Gehraiyan.
Sons.
yeah
Oh fuck,
Yes.
डूब गया करियर उसका. हाँ डूबे. Career डूबे.
So let's do a quick rating on the rewatchability scale, Hussain. On the rewatchability scale of 1 to 10, 1 being fuck, it was a product of its time, it should stay where it is, and 10 being oh my god, every time I see it I find something new.
10.
How much? 10?
10.
10 on 10?
Because I watched it now today
Yeah.
for this podcast
Yeah.
after a very long time, and all the inferences I made were not the inferences I knew about. Like what I remember from the movie was just it was a cute movie, it was a funny movie, and that one scene of the parents proposing is the only thing I remembered from it. But now there's like so much more. There's so many
Yeah.
layers. There's so many depth. There's so many. Oh, this was like this was like that. This person said this because this happened and that happened.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing and all these big fancy English words that you want to talk about.
yeah
All of those things were there in this movie, which I don't
Chekhov's
see.
gun. There's
Yeah.
a-
You
there's
haven't
a
brought
Chekhov's
Chekhov's gun.
gun.
You haven't shat on Martin Scorsese in this episode. Are you okay? Urjita, rewatchability scale, how much would you rate it?
9 maybe.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ऐसा पूछा तुम 8 वैसे अब्बास जब भी ऐसे होता रहा तो मैंने तो ज्यादा बोल दिया
Yeah,
क्या?
like 10,
I get
matlab, it's a
influenced.
perfect film. You will not change anything.
7,
Either
7.
that or you were at a time in
So-
life where you couldn't.
So I mean like ऐसे तो मैं नहीं देखूंगी वापस इसको एक बार देख लिया but I like the movie.
Sure. I'm not
liked
asking you to change your opinion.
I think if you show this movie to a person who's not watched it right now, and if you just show it to them,
They
like,
like
watch
it.
this movie,
They like it.
They
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it, sure.
Which is what I think is a very rewatchable. Like this
Okay.
Jab We Met.
Hmm.
I can still show this to someone who's never watched Jab We Met and be like, yeah, this was a great movie.
Yeah.
I think that like Dil Chahta Hai, I feel like someone who's never watched Dil Chahta Hai, if they go watch it right now, they're gonna be like,
The last act, yes.
True. I tried showing Dil Chahta Hai to one of my friends 2-3 years ago. She didn't like it. She couldn't sit through it.
and maybe the reason I'm saying this is because when I was growing up, Dil Chahta Hai was a pop culture thing.
Yeah.
But I was 2002 it came out, no?
2001.
2001. I was like 9.
Mm.
So I genuinely watched it for the first time recently when I watched it, when I was trying to make a video about it or something like that. And I was like, this movie is not good.
Don't listen to these kids. I'll give you my rating. I would give it a 6.5.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. It's very well done, but its plot is still very cliche, and you can tell what's gonna happen. So, also I think the acting is a little wooden in parts.
That's true. That's true. But a romantic comedy, the hero and heroine always get together.
I get it. That's
It's
why I mean,
not the,
6.5
it's not
is
the
not
destination, it's the
low.
journey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
also like I would like to mention
Yeah.
another point. Genelia never has as a character been so annoying as Genelia was in that car wala scene जब वो मेघना को लेके आते हैं.
ये
He's like,
रोतलो ये bombs.
नहीं वो सब तो ठीक है इंट्रोडक्शन में चीज कि लोगों को लगता है हम दोनों डेट कर रहे हैं पर ऐसा नहीं है. Like dude they just met. Why do you have to like
No, but
project?
you know what? 100% if this was a real life scenario, this person would feel defensive enough to want to say that, I think. That's one of the reasons why I really like it, because all the awkward things that people say, they weren't cringe. They were like, yeah, this is so awkward. Why are you saying that? But I can imagine someone saying shit like this in this scenario. I'm just I like it. I like
You're
it
soft
too much.
at heart.
Yeah, I'd watch a lot of romantic
Yeah,
comedies,
that's okay.
dude.
That's fine.
The point here is that I watch so many romantic comedies that they're all the same.
man.
स्टोरी वाइज लाइक स्टोरी बोर्ड पे
Yeah.
तुम लिखोगे लड़का लड़की मिलते हैं, बहुत अच्छा सीन होता है, फिर टूट जाता है दिल, फिर एक लड़का लड़की को कुछ बोलना भूल जाता है, समथिंग के मैं मेरे जूते कभी धोता नहीं हूँ, एंड देन at the climax तू कभी जूते नहीं धोता, oh my god, and then breakup happens and फिर वो दोनों sad song montage, and then at the end guy comes and gives them big speech, you complete me, and then they're back together.
Yeah.
That's romantic comedy movie.
And there you
Right?
have it, guys. That's the
Yeah.
formula right there.
Formula right there.
Thank you so much, Hussain, for joining us.
Yes.
Please come
Thank
back.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm getting messages from the other producer.
Okay.
Empty the studio. That's why I have to take.
When will the show get over? जाने तू ये जाने ना.
Where can people find you? If you can give out your social
my
media
handle is officially Sane on Instagram, on YouTube also. You can go there, watch anything I've ever made and say go back to Pakistan, and I will appreciate it. Thank you.
platforms. Urjita,
You can find me on Instagram @urjitawani.
you gonna plug your
I
Twitter?
love your one.
every alternate episode you plug your Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter also @Vani Urjita.
And I'm at AbbasMomin88 on Instagram and at AbbasMomin on Twitter. Thank you for joining us. Do check out all the other episodes of As It Age Well on this channel. Like, subscribe, press the bell icon, all that shit. And if you're listening to this on an audio podcast, do rate us, review us, and share this episode with someone who you think will like it. Tell us what movies you want to see. Tell us what guests you want to see. And follow Hussain, follow Urjita. Thank you so much. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.